Hello everyone, how are you? Yes, Hello everyone, my name is Mohit. From this series, I'm going to start a Python parallel yes, yes, yes. Hello everyone, my name is Mohit. From this video, I'm going to start a new series that is Python parallel programming. In this series, I'm going to cover threading, multiprocessing, subprocess, and last third-party module Celery. So Celery is a third-party module. So first of all, in this video, I'm going to start threading module. So first of all, hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name is Mohit. From this video, I'm going to start a new series, Python parallel programming. In this series, I'm going to cover the following topics. First, threading. Second, multiprocessing. Third, subprocess. And fourth, Celery. Celery is a third-party module. So first topic is threading. S- Friends, if you haven't subscribed my channel, please subscribe right now and please press the bell icon if you want to get the notification of my new videos. Okay, so please press the subscribe button. Threading. A Python thread is like a process or may even be a process depending upon the Python thread system. In fact, Python threads are sometimes called lightweight process. So I am apologized for bringing up your memory of operating system. Okay, because thread occupy much less memory and take less time to create than do processes. So so thread is an active thing which take less memory and less time to create. Thread allows application to perform multiple tasks at once. So now let's see when to use threads. We have some limitations. So we in no we have some limitation. In each scenario, we cannot use thread. There are some specific scenarios where we can use threads. Consider this diagram. So this is the task 1, task 2, and task 3. So if I want to execute 3 tasks, so what is this one? This is this is a colored region is actual work. Means you can say actual computation thing. And this the remaining area is just a waiting time. So generally we call this computation time CPU bound time. And this waiting area is IO bound. CPU bound and IO bound. So if I want to do in a sequential means one processor, if one thread, if I want to run this code by using one thread, then see CP bound, okay, then waiting, then CP bound, then waiting, then CP bound, then waiting. Okay, consider this task for will take this is take 1 second, 3 second delay, 2 second, 2 second delay, and again 2 second. You can say 1.5 seconds and 2 second delay. The complete task, in order to complete this task by using a single thread, it will take 4, 11.5 seconds. But I can achieve the same thing by using thread in a less time, half time. How? See, first run this one. In the waiting time, switch to the task 2. Okay, in the waiting time of task 2, switch to the task 3. In this one, we can take the advantage of waiting time to complete different tasks. So in this situation, threads are best to use. Very suitable here. So this is a scenario where you can use threads. Like if you want to ping packets, if you want to do if you want to ping google.com, if you want to ping thapa.edu. So in this scenario, creation of packet will take just consider millisecond, but the round trip time will take more time. Okay, it means that consider creation time is just a 2 millisecond and round trip time maybe 200 milliseconds. So this is CPU bound task and this is the IO bound means waiting time. In this waiting time, I can send lot of ping packets. So I can take the advantage of IO bound time. So in this scenario, threads are the best to use. Let's see how to create thread. Thread creation using class, thread creation using function. So we have two ways to create threads. First of all, let's see how to create thread by using class. Here I'm using Notepad++. So first of all, thread using class. Define a class. Okay, let's save this one. Thread1.py class. So class is a keyword. Just define a new class here. So this is a user defined class. In this one, I'm going to inherit the built-in thread class. Now initialize the constructor. Define the constructor. Sorry, self by convention argument. Just a when variable. So here we need to initialize the constructor of base class. Sorry, this is not def, just a constructor of base class. I'm creating an instance variable run. So run is a method here. You cannot change its name. It must be a run run. You can put your logic part here, what you want to run by using thread, what you want to execute by using threads. So you can put your logic part here, or you can call an external function from here. Okay, so just I am writing value equal to value. Sorry, value equal not is print values. Now you know very well threads done. Now this value, this is object actually. This is a class. Okay, sorry, it's my thread. Just my mistake. So this is my thread, and I need to pass a value. This value. So this is like a argument, and this is a parameter. So this argument passes its value to this parameter. Okay, this variable th1.start. In order to start a thread, we use this start method. You can see the start method has not been defined here, right? So this is defined inside the base class thread. So I can create one more thread. So thread creation is like a creation of like a object creation. Here I am using 100. Python. Okay, this is a mistake, little bit mistake. Just 1 second. So here I'm going to write a new program, thread creation by using class. First of all, we need to import threading module. So when I say module, you can say it's a file. From threading module, import thread, right? Then define a class. So this is my customized class, and we need to inherit the base class thread. Okay, define the constructor. I'm defining a new variable here, that is a parameter for the value. We need to initialize the base class constructor. This is a base class. We need to initialize the base class constructor from here. Self dot value. So I'm creating an instance variable here. This is an instance variable, and then I'm going to define a function run. So this is a necessary function. The importance of this function is what you want to execute. So what you want to execute by using this thread. Okay, so you can put your logic part here. Okay, you can put your complete logic part here, what you want to execute by using threads, or you can call external function from here, but I'm just printing this statement, self dot value. Now I'm going to create thread. So thread creation is like a object creation. Okay, sorry, it's my thread. Okay, child class. So pass the value, so 100 will go here. Okay, now start the thread by using start method. You can see this method has no define here. This is already defined in the base class. Okay, similarly I can create another thread, thread 2, and thread 2 here. Okay, I'm changing the value here. So this is the thread. Okay, you are thinking what we achieved here, right? So you are thinking what have we what so you must be thinking, what did we achieve here? Yes, you're right. We didn't achieve anything. But consider if we just import time here and check the waiting time, time dot sleep, 2 second sleep, and here if I define what is the starting time, and after completion of the program, these two threads, T2. Okay, no, I cannot create here. Okay, so this is the thread creation. Let's see the thread creation by using function. So very simple, same line from threading, import thread, right? Define any function of your choice, like a, b, c equal to a plus b, print c. Don't use return statement here. Define the function of your choice, and here create t1 equal to thread. Now, this is like a thread creation, and what I want to run by using this thread, use target. Target equal to this function. I want to run this function, that's my target. And args, what are my arguments to be passed? So I can set here like 10 and 20 and t1 dot start. Similarly, I can use same code to create another thread here 100 and 30. Start, and let's see the effect. Working fine. So you can use any code performance wise, both are okay. I have checked several times. So you can use any code. So this code looks easy, right? Easy to write, it is easy to execute. So for future use, I'm going to use this code for my all the task. Okay, so in this video, we have learned how to create thread. In the next video, we will see important thread methods and join methods too. So please subscribe the channel and like the video, share the video. Thank you very much. Stay tuned for our next episode.